In this video, we begin our discussion of the determinants of supply. The determinants of supply are those variables that will cause a change in supply, that is, those variables which will cause a shift in the supply curve. We recall that an increase in supply is represented by a rightward shift in the supply curve from S0 to S1. A decrease in supply is represented by a leftward shift in the supply curve from S0 to S2. We want to be very careful to think about increases and decreases in supply in terms of right and leftward shifts, not vertical shifts. Notice that from S0 to S2 appears to be a vertical upward shift, and when we think up, we typically think more, greater than, but this is in fact a decrease in supply because at every price, quantity supplied is lower. One of the determinants of supply is sellers' input prices. When we think about input prices, we think about inputs, we're thinking about those factors or those ingredients that are used to produce other goods. So for example, bananas are an input for smoothies. Bananas are one of the essential ingredients to produce smoothies. Milk is an essential ingredient or input for cheese. Paper is an essential input for textbooks. And so when we see a change in the price of an input, bananas, milk, paper, we would expect to see changes in the supply of the goods which use these inputs, smoothies, cheese, and textbooks. So, an increase in the price of an input will obviously increase the cost of production. If costs rise, then the good will become less profitable and producers will want to supply a smaller quantity at each price. So for example, if the price of bananas increases, this will increase the costs of producing smoothies, reducing the profitability of smoothies, therefore resulting in a decrease in the supply of smoothies. So an increase in the seller's input price, the price of an input, will result in a decrease in supply. Conversely, a decrease in the price of one or more input will cause the cost of production to decrease. With lower costs, the good becomes more profitable and producers will want to increase supply. They will want to supply a larger amount at every price. Therefore, a decrease in the price of an input will result in a greater or an increased supply of the good that uses that input.